What's going on, guys? Chad here with Green Light Shooting, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking watches, man. Now, I've been a big fan of watches my whole life. I've always been into watches, always been into collecting watches. And so recently, when a company that I've worked with for many years, Core Essentials, reached out, they said, hey man, I got a couple new watches, can I send you them? And I was like, absolutely. If you don't know about Core, they make a lot of great stuff, but I think they're probably best known for their belts. I've worn their belts exclusively for like 5 years. They're built on a ratcheting system so that they make little 1/8-inch increments with the belt so that you can loosen and tighten throughout the day. It obviously helps with concealed carry and things like that. So they have spent years taking that technology and implementing it into a watch. So you can see on the back side of this watch band, you've got that same ratchet style system with 1/8-inch increments. And then the mechanism here that allows you to tighten or loosen that accordingly. And then you saw me just loosen that with basically just this pull of this lever right here, disengages the ratchet and you can pull the entire thing off. So very, very cool. Quick rundown on this watch itself. This is called the ECLIPSE Dive Watch by Core, and it's a chronograph watch, complete with a date window, a stopwatch, and a rotating bezel. Now, as of right now, they've got 2 watches out. This is the first of 2, and I love the way this thing looks, man. It's beautiful, it's stealth, it's sort of, it's all kind of black on black with just a couple accents to it. It features some stealth, low luminance. That's kind of an important thing, right? Like, I have a couple watches that are sort of this stealth vibe, and a lot of times they'll put on a really, really bright luminance glow so that at night you can see it. It's great, but it also, like, everyone else can see it, right? And kind of defeats the purpose of wearing a stealth-looking watch like this. A couple tech specs for the watch nerds out there. The movement in this thing is a Swiss-made Ronda 10-jewel analog quartz 5021D. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds very fancy. Case is made of 316L surgical stainless steel. Now, it's a 44mm diameter, which means it's fairly large on the wrist. Let me just tighten that band down like that. Tuck that thing in, beautiful snug fit just like that. Any size wrist, come on, how cool is that? So this is a 44mm size on my wrist. I'm 5'11", 165 pounds. So that kind of gives you an idea, but it is certainly a good, robust size watch. It's also got some thickness to it. It's 13mm tall, and then it's 4.5 ounces. It's got a black vacuum plated finish along with a sapphire crystal. And let me tell you, after years of wearing watches, I will not wear a watch that is not sapphire crystal anymore, just because that's basically talking about this section right here. Sapphire crystal means that it's extremely hard to scratch, right? It's crystal. Anytime I've worn a watch that wasn't that, like, I don't baby my watches. I want to wear this watch to the range, riding bikes, out hiking, whatever it is I'm doing. I don't want to baby this thing. It's clearly not meant to be babied. Look at this thing. So because of that, I don't want to worry about it scratching. Sorry, it got so cold in here, so I threw this flannel on. But anyways, so this is a dive watch, right? So it has to have some water resistance. This thing is water resistant up to like 900 feet or 300 meters, so pretty significant there. And then it does have a helium escape valve on the edge there as well. But honestly, let's get to the part of this watch that truly sets it apart, and that is this micro adjustable band. So as I was mentioning, it's got this ratcheting system, the same thing as their belts, and these are all built on 8-inch increments that you can adjust this watch by. So it gives you all the flexibility in the world, regardless of wrist size. You just throw this in here, and can you hear this? So those are the different ratchet stops, and there's over 20 different 1/8-inch increments that you can adjust this thing by. And you can see that it holds its size very, very well. It's not gonna come off or anything like that. I'm pulling pretty hard here. And then on the other side is the mechanism. If I just lift this lever, that disengages the ratchet and it comes apart. Very, very easy. Very simple. Now it does come with 2 different bands. Let me show you this one first. So this is the dive band right here. So it's just very smooth, it's very sleek, and then it also has the Overland band right here. So just some texture, a little bit of something on there. I'm a big fan of this look as well. But there's something I've got to talk about with these bands that I think truly sets them apart, and that is how simple they are to replace. Now, they're just built on a standard pin system like most watches, but I actually needed to change this watch band, and I panicked because I didn't have like a watch toolkit with me. And I went to change it and I saw this, this little opening right here, which allows you to access the edge of the pin. So now I can just grab this part and pull, and it compresses the pin, rather than having to have like a tool to be able to reach in there. So on the back here, you can see it is actually exposed right there. It's like you can't feel it whatsoever. You can't feel it on your wrist or anything. But if I want to take this off, all I do is just compress that, and then this thing slides right out. And then I can throw this thing in just like a normal watch. I just line up the pin, push that in, let it find the other hole, and boom, I've got the other band on there. That is so sleek. So just the lengths that they're going to make this thing as sort of modifiable as possible, I think is extremely cool. Now it does come with this cool like ammo box for storage. Nice little touch there. Core always does really good on their sort of presentation and things like that. I should also mention it has a 4-year battery life on this watch, as well as a 1-year manufacturer's guarantee. Now, price-wise on this thing, you're coming in at $395. It's a nice watch, and you know, you're paying for a nice watch here. You've got a proper chronograph dive watch, and the bands really elevate it in my opinion. So this is the Core ECLIPSE watch. Really big fan of it. They have another watch as well that I'll be going over in a separate video, but for now, I'm a big fan of this. It has all of the functions I would want. It has the interchangeable bands. It has the really cool ratcheting system, rotating bezel, stealth loom, stopwatch, date window, and it just looks really sleek and elegant. So clearly I'm a fan. I hope you guys are as well. As always, I do have a coupon code for you. Use code GLS10. Get yourself 10% off anything on the Core website. That's belts, bags, apparel, hats, watches, you know, whatever it is that you want to check out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll catch you next time on Green Light Shooting. Thanks so much.